The Democrats took over in Virginia. And of course, I don't, be perfectly honest with you, I don't trust any of the election results anymore. The stuff that I'm seeing regularly, the number of dead people voting, and not just the joking way we used to talk about that in Chicago, but actually, documented people, people who aren't citizens, all this stuff. The election, I have zero confidence in the election process in the United States, because how many billions of dollars did the Somalians get out of Minnesota? I mean, if the left is that corrupt, we just need to understand we have a very sizable population in the United States that wants to see this nation utterly destroyed. They want to see the end of the Constitution. They want to see the end of anything but their own power. And they are corrupt. They're the ones pushing gender transitioning and abortion and gay mirage and all this stuff. As soon as they have power, the stuff that we saw under Biden will look like child's play. X will be handed a ultimatum. You either jump on board with everything that we want to do. You get rid of the people we want to get rid of. You silence the speech we want to silence, or you're done. You will be destroyed. Full power of the U.S. government will come against you. And I don't think there's much that anybody can do about that. And so all the stuff we were talking about in 21 and 22, we got a little reprieve. But these people, just look at what's happening in Minnesota. Look at how these people are behaving. What are they going to do once they have power again? They're going to make sure they never, ever, ever have to relinquish it again. And so this meme that I'm looking at from Virginia. Now, Virginia used to be a good, solid Republican state. But if you're wondering, how has it become Minnesota? It's the suburbs of Washington, D.C. It's the cesspool that is the professional political class. And they live out in the suburbs, and they just outnumber everybody else. I think most of Virginia is going to need to secede and join up with West Virginia to represent those people, because most of the people in Virginia don't believe these things. But assault weapons ban, new sales tax, a tax for every Amazon delivery, new car taxes, guaranteed illegal aliens free education, highway use fees, abortions up to birth, mandate racial bias training, make it illegal to hand count ballots. Well, why would we want to hand count ballots? Eliminate mandatory minimum sentencing for rape. Now, we're used to this kind of insanity in California, but eventually, these people multiply. Well, actually, they're not multiplying. that is the one, the one bright thing is, but they don't multiply by having children. They multiply by stealing yours. They multiply by controlling the the indoctrination system, which is not an educational system anymore. It's an indoctrination system. And that's what we're looking at. That's what these people are all about. And it doesn't matter how obvious the corruption is. It doesn't matter how many billions of dollars. I'm starting to wonder how much of the national debt was actually simply stolen in just rampant corruption, politicians using that money to buy power, buy votes. It really starts making you wonder. We may be looking, under the rug in Minnesota, but California, Colorado, so many other places. If people start doing, if there were journalists left, there are no journalists left. Not in the mainstream media, anyways. If there were people that were willing to dig like they did in Minneapolis, can you imagine what percentage of that $40 trillion was complete fraud? Just sucking the blood out of the dying corpse. It's basically what you're looking at. And like I said, I did post on X And I know. You're supposed to be a postmillennialist. I posted on X just a biblical citation from the Lord in Matthew chapter 12, where he's talking about the fact that a kingdom divided against itself, any kingdom divided against itself shall be made desolate. And any city or house divided against itself shall not stand. That's Matthew 12:25. And as I look around, as I see Tim Walz, who has always struck me as just the most slimy politician I've ever encountered, as I see what these people are willing to do, I mean, they sacrificed that woman. They wanted a human sacrifice. They have no concern for human life. They murder babies right, left, and center. They mutilate children. They push for medical assistance in dying. MAID is the new phrase that they use. They are the culture of death. And so kill off some of their followers to gain more power? Well, no problem at all. Let's see if we can't push that a little bit harder. And they're going to be pushing it hard. They're doing it right now. They want more shootings. They want absolute chaos. They want to bring the nation to its knees so that they can swoop in with their authoritarian system. And by the time people realize it, it's too late. It's done. It's over with. And there we go. Oh, wait a minute. Scroll back. Got to look at this real quick. We are thankful for Pastor Ninja, that's Jeff Durbin, Brian Gunter, whose church I'll be speaking at the weekend of the debates in Dallas coming up here, and we have it on the website now, right? Dragon Slayer OG, don't know who that is, sorry, and other pastors working today in Atlanta to recruit co-sponsors for the Georgia Prenatal Equal Protection Act. They report that 3 new lawmakers have joined as co-sponsors on the legislation. So, yeah, I knew that Jeff was flying out yesterday to Atlanta, and they have a lot of co-sponsors on the legislation. So, Georgia, again, used to be a place where you could expect some kind of fundamental understanding of humanity and law and things like that. Not with Atlanta and places like that anymore. So, you keep fighting the fight, despite the fact that it seems, well, there he is again. I think he followed me in. You got one out there too? Okay. It just hasn't gotten cold enough this winter to kill him. And we're going to have a lovely summer. No, we're not. It's going to be ugly. Anyway, you keep fighting the fight. You keep speaking the truth. What this nation needs isn't revival. Revival is getting something alive again that once was. This nation needs resurrection, is what it needs.